I'm going crazy. 무뎌져.
He loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. He loves me not. Mom. You made a crying and sulking face when the petals of rose finished. All fell on the floor. I should also fall on the floor like them. You thought with a pout on your face. And why you are doing this all shit because you have a crush. Yes, crush on a random guy whom you didn't even talk to once, and neither did he. You had just made some eye contact with him in college library, college canteen, or corridors. He isn't even from your field. You are an environmental science student and he's an art student. That's the info you have got from your friends, whom are right now eating like hungry bears in the college cafeteria. You stomped your feet and didn't eat anything from your tray, rolling your eyes when your friend noticed it, and you finally thought he would ask why you are so frustrated, but when you're not eating, you shook your head. Okay, then me and Jiminy will eat it. We shouldn't waste food, right? Both of them started to eat from your tray. What the duck? You guys? You angrily pointed finger at them and they looked at you with food stuffed in their mouth. Do whatever shit you want. You picked your bag and went from cafeteria. Well, thanks for the food, sis. She doesn't look in a good mood today. Yeah, maybe she's on her. Tang nodded and continued eating food. Meanwhile, you were frustratingly walking in the hallway when you saw the one and only random guy. His name is Jungkookff. He was walking to your side, maybe going to cafeteria. He was with his friends wearing that black hoodie and black trouser. His shoes were black too. And his hairs were in curl until his neck. So beautiful, was just a word ringing in your head. You gulped as he started to come more near. You heard beating wrist and your body temperature started to raise when his eyes met you. You both had a 2 to 3 seconds eye contact as always, and then he passed by you. You finally breathed out, palming your head that was still trying to calm down. Wait. You remembered that he went to the cafeteria, so you also went back to there. As your friends were still there, you came back and sat in front of your friends, but your eyes were in search of him. Why and what happened? You came back. Look, if you are hungry, then buy other food. You can take this back. Your face palmed. What dummy friends I have. I'm not hungry, you eat. They giggled, but Jimin found you weird, so he followed your gaze and it reached him. Oh, so this is the reason you came back. Tang also saw and smirked with Jimin. Hwayan, have you talked to him? He asked in excitement that you will give him a gossiping answer, but a pout appeared on your lips. How can I? I don't think he will like me. Jimin and Tae looked at each other and shook their heads. Listen, Mayan, boys are a little slow in understanding this type of things. I mean like love and women. They laughed, joking. You guys only know how to make fun of me. They decided their lunch and giving their whole attention to you. Okay, do you want us to talk with him and do some friendship? Yeah, I also know his one friend. Suga, he's so good in playing basketball. Damn bro. You widened your eyes. Really? You guys can talk? He asked with a shy smile and they nodded obediently. But what will you guys say? Now they start to think a topic to talk. Yes, let's invite them in our science lab. You and Jimin gave him a done look. They are arts and sports students, leaving that one Namjoon guy. Yeah, they will deny it, saying they don't have any interest in science. Then what now? Jimin smirked, looked like he has something in his devil mind. Come here, he told you and Tang to lean in, and he said his plan. Wow, you have mind, Jimin. Yes, wait, what? She is right. I also thought with your height, your mind will be short too, but your mind really works. Jimin glared at both of you. Is that a compliment or insult? Take whatever you like, compliment and insult. You and I laugh at sulking Jimin now. But somewhere you don't know someone was looking at you with hurt eyes. Chunk, why does it look like you're here but your mind isn't? Chunk looked at his young and ate his food. It's nothing young. Oh, shut up, we all know whom you are looking at. Yeah, go and take it. Chunk's eyes widened what Suga said. What are you saying, Suga? That tangerines stall, they look fresh. Their mouths were hung open, so he was talking about tangerines, not the girl Chunk was looking at. Hyung. But Jungkook, you can't be like this, always staring at her. Yeah, you should talk to her now. Jungkook again looked at you, who was now about to leave the cafeteria with her two friends. He had liked you from the start of this semester, but didn't even try to talk because he thought, what if you find him a creep or something? You think if you will talk to her, she will find it creep, but let me tell you, If you continue looking at her like this, she will take you as a creep more. What are you guys talking about? A banana in love with kangaroo, Jin said, making Sugar disgust him. He made confused expression. You guys are so awesome, fabulous, hardworking, powerful. No weirdos and dumpers. They all laughed, having fun in annoying their grumpy friend, and Jungkook made up out thinking what he should do to try to talk to you. After a few minutes, you were passing in front of an art practice room. You have an urge to go inside and see his paintings. You had already seen his many paintings, and he is always the number one student in his class when it comes to painting and other skills. You opened the door and entered the art room. There were many paintings of many students, but your eyes caught a painting which was made so carefully and magically that whoever will come here, that person's eyes will catch unwanted attention to it. You kneeled a little to see the painting fully. The main center of painting was a couple in an evening scenery. The sunset was happening and the girl was staring at the sunset from the hill, and from a little away from the girl, there was a guy standing staring at her. His posture shows that he feels so relaxed by looking at her, just like the girl feels by looking at the beautiful sunset. Why does it look similar to me? You tried to remember, but nothing came up in your mind. You shrugged and took your mobile phone out to take a picture of this beautiful masterpiece, but suddenly, is it that fascinating? You flinched hearing his voice. You turned and saw him standing just some feet away. His one hand was in his pocket while his tattooed hand was out. He was wearing a beautiful bracelet in it. You looked up to his face. His lips piercing was so artistic to your eyes. You blinked your eyes when he walked towards you and stood just beside you in front of his painting. He looked at you with a smile, then at his painting. This painting is somehow so close to my heart, he said, making you confused that he don't know you. But still, why he said such a personal thing to you? But if he said that, you have a question too. And what's so special in it that this is close to your heart? His eyes met yours and he spoke without even looking away, making your heart beat fast from now here. Sometimes there are some people whom we cherish in our life that by looking at them from far away, and they can give us such a pleasing feeling in ourselves, a wave of happiness and relaxation, but the hurting part is that they don't even know that we exist. With existed, I mean that a person who cherishes you more than anything and you don't even know that. This painting is a picture of it. His words touched your soul. You again looked at the painting to see it, and it became more beautiful than your own point of view. Your thoughts and painting are both beautiful. The words left your mouth without knowing, your eyes within an embarrassment, while Chink rubbed back of his neck in shyness. May I ask why are you here? Now you're Ryan. What should I tell him, that I was here to see his painting? No, he will think of me as a creep or psycho. I was here to... Your eyes caught something and you had an idea. Yes, I'm here to make a painting. Wow, environmental science student is going to do painting? Jungkook had a frown on his face, but he just nodded. I'm also here to make a painting. Now will I stay alive or not after this? Watch till the end. He thought, that's good. He walked to get a stand and placed his painting board on it. He started to collect paints and brushes. Looking up, he tilted his head at you and asked, will you be standing there? No, I'm coming. You said, rubbing your forehead. You walked and got a stand for your painting board too. Now what will I paint? You whispered to yourself by looking at the brushes and paints in front of you. You then guessed that Jungkook was sharpening his pencil. He looked like a professional artist, while you, sighing, you picked some random paints, some light colors and some dark, and placing them in front of your painting chart, you picked the pencil. There were many types of pencil. Is there any difference in them? They all look the same. They have separate name too, but you just picked up a random one and turned to think what to draw. H grade pencil. He looked at your pencil and said, you turned it, and yes, it has H grade name. It has a harder lead and it's great to use to draw light and thin lines. These are easily erasable, which is what you want while sketching out your sketch. Wow, he really is a good student. This much information only about a pencil. So what are you going to draw? Now what should I say? You thought about the info he gave. According to it, the things you can possibly draw are flowers. Yes. Flowers. I'm going to draw a tiger flower. You said because it was the flower you last time did research on with some other plants. But you don't know that tiger flower is related to him too. and your answer made him more conscious about you. Tiger flower is my birthday flower, he said, smiling and drawing his sketch while your eyes widened. What a coincidence. And it means? He took a break and corrected his sketch, then he looked at you and said, "Please love me." Your heart skipped a beat at those words. "That's so beautiful." He chuckled and diverted his attention to his sketch while you stared at him. Even his birthday flower says, "Please love me." Then how can someone not love this beautiful person? You start to sketch the tiger flower, and in between he asked you another question. "What's your birth flower?" He asked, and thankfully you know, because when you were doing research, you were also curious about it and found it. It's Esther. He stopped and looked at you. Your eyes were shining now, looking at you while you were sketching. He noticed your face detailings that he never did before. This much. What a coincidence. Your flower is also a symbol of love. You continued sketching and talking. Yes, its purple color symbolized love, wisdom, faith, and in Greek it's called a star because it bloomed like a star. Jung nodded, agreeing. He really has a good knowledge of flowers. As an artist, should be aware of nature too, and he proved it. In a while, you get curious about what he is drawing because he turned the painting stand back to you. "What are you painting?" You moved to him, but he stood in front of you covering his painting. "Jungkook, let me have a look." He shook his head. "It's not complete. I can't, but it's okay. I'll not make fun of it." He again shook his head, but your stubbornness was on another level. You started to push him and he sat on the stool, but your foot tangled with stand and you were about to fall on him when it became all silent because of fear and his position. As you were about to fall, but you didn't fall. But actually something bigger happened than this. His hands were covering something that made his eyes widen, and your too. You gulped as your face became all red. You wanted to yell, but you can't. Suddenly, you both heard the door of Art Studio getting open. You stood straight, backing off, correcting your clothes while Jungkook, poor man, was still processing everything. "Jungkook," his friend called him. Jung looked up to see his and your friend standing there together. You are still red, all because you can still feel his hand over it. Why I did it. You are cursing on yourself, Ryan. You were here, we were finding you in whole college. Yeah, I was painting. He looked at the back, at the flower painting. "When did you start painting?" Jimin glared at Taeyang to shut up. "Yeah, Jungkook, why you missed our music class and came here to draw a painting?" Jungkook looked at his young with a pleading look for making him look dumber now. You both are really looking like Dumb and Dumber because of your friends who just exposed you and him. Aishwaryan, let me tell you, this Jungkook named little shit like you from a long time. Please accept him and make him happy. He looked at Jungkook with wooden eyes, who wanted to beat his song now, but he can't. So what, Irvine is the same. She also liked him from a long time now. Jungkook also looked at you with his big doe eyes. "Shut up," you both said together because it was becoming more embarrassing. "Look at them, ungrateful brats." You and his friends nodded and left. You and him there now. It's okay, I know they were joking. You will never like a girl like me. You said and was about to leave when. Have you even thought of Tiger Flower and Esther Flower together? You smiled, turning to him, and he ran to you, picking you up. He sealed his lips with you. Your lips are soft, but the thingy I cupped was more softer, and looks like I'm going to get obsessed with something new.
화가 났잖아. 화가 난 상태에서는 이미 이성을 잃었